Hello everybody, and welcome to a very special video. This weekend we are celebrating my mother's birthday, so I've decided to create her very own birthday card, and figured I would film it, show you guys too. It's going to be in watercolor, but instead of using the classic Sharpie, I've decided I'm going to use a dip pen. So this is my pen, which I will dip into this black ink. And then I'll have to let it all dry before I can watercolor, but the very first step is going to be sketching it out in pencil, and an eraser just in case. So I have one of these fake fabric flowers that I'm going to use as a reference to look off of. It's a little bit beat up, but it will serve its purposes. I think I'm just going to create a card with a beautiful flower on front and say happy birthday on the inside. Something to that effect. This is a piece of bristles, which is just a thicker cardstock type of paper. It has no texture to it, so it's nice and smooth. And I cut it out so that it is 7 inches wide by 10 inches tall. That way whenever I fold it in half, it'll be 5 by 7, which is a standard card size. A little bit big, but we need lots of room for this excellent flower drawing. So let's do it. Okay, what do you guys think? So this is just a rough sketch in pencil. I'm going to leave this here. I want to see some of this pencil through my watercolor, so I'm actually going to add a little shading too in areas that I want to be a bit darker. Now I'm going to bust out the pen and ink. This is black India ink. It is permanent. Takes a little bit of time to dry, but I think it makes the lines look very nice and clean. So I will take my pen, dip it into the ink, and start drawing. Okay, I'd say that's pretty good. Now I'll have to let this dry for actually probably about an hour because I don't want any of this to smudge. Right now, it's pretty wet. So what I'm going to do is set all of my things down and we wait. It's been about an hour now, and I've let this dry, so it's dry to the touch. In some of the very thicker areas, it might be a little bit wet underneath where it's dried. So the important thing whenever I go to watercolor this is that I don't agitate it too much. As I lay down my color and my watercolor, I'm just going to kind of let it do its thing. Luckily in this watercolor set I've got several of these violet colors that I can use to mimic the color of the flower. So without further ado, let's get some painting done. That about wraps it up. So actually, wait, I do want to add just a little bit, just a little tiny bit right there. Okay. That about wraps it up. So I put a lot of water on here. I can see it. It's like almost like a bubble or a puddle. So I'm going to give this a good 10 or 15 minutes to dry, and we'll check it out in a little bit. See ya. All right, it's been a little over 10 minutes. Let's see how it turned out. Oh yeah, Mom is going to like this. Let's check it out. Excuse me, flower. Excuse me. Pop it off here. Uh-oh. Stuck. Okay. Here we go. That is a nice looking cover to a watercolor flower birthday card. Now I will fold it in half. And there we have it, my mom's birthday card. I'll write some special message on the inside about how much she means to me and my family, and then give it to her this weekend. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I appreciate it. Let me know how I did down in the comments. I think it turned out pretty good. I like the way that this little texture developed right here. This tore a little bit at the top, which is odd. I'll just trim that off with some scissors, but for the most part, looks pretty good, I'd say. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.